Peace FM 104.3. Who to meet
Kwame.
Yeah.
I've been resisting this very strong temptation
to
engage in any exercise or analysis or more or less touch on the legacy of President Rawlings.
Yeah, you promised, so keep your promise.
Yes, I will keep it, but I'm going to do something small. Because may share the NDP from press conference. Kakra was social media. It really may follow a lot of the publications. Quite an interesting situation. It's in the Dakra may arrange Nemini NDP, Nemini War Constitution. It's in the Dame arrangements. In fact, I'm sure he wouldn't mind Damabonits in down in there. Or yeah, me favor. Della Kofi.
Okay.
Yes.
He's a prolific writer, that guy.
Yes, he writes well. And to me contacting the me here copy or sending me soft copy there. I've since printed a hard copy out of it. And I found something very interesting, Kwame. The NDP was formed, was driven by the inspiration of Mr. and Mrs. Rawlings.
Oh, really?
And then Mr. Rawlings is more or less characterized also as part of the founding fathers.
Of NDP?
Yes, you see, I have the constitution. I didn't know, but I really didn't know that was in print. What is more captured war constitution. So it's quite interesting. Rawlings cut across the two political divides. I mean, the NDP and NDC. Also, will highlight June 4th and 31st December also, of course, and then their birthday, which is October 13th. Also has war source of inspiration and dedication. So it's like we're Siamese twins. And issue of probity, accountability. There's a certain battle for that kind of those principles. Kwame, it's not my marking. But maybe you should allow me. It will still not amount to an interrogation of the Rawlings legacy per se. Or through their probity and accountability, you captured the 1992 Constitution. First name, Manaya Wani freedom and justice. Na yedi probity and accountability account. While elevate probity and accountability to the front burner. The day the interrogation or scrutiny of the Rawlings legacy, that will be part of the exercise. But in then Mr. Kwame, I'm the Damasin I catch order here. December 1st, 1993, the Public Accounts Committee report was presented to Parliament.
December 1st, 1993.
Yes, was presented as the first Public Accounts Committee report.
Yeah.
What the fourth public was presented on December 1st, 1993. The chairman or your presentation, moving motion.
Is it December 1st?
Yes,
1993.
1993. Chairman of the Public Accounts Committee then was Dr. Konadu Agyeman, no, a leader of the NCP.
Yeah.
So he was the minority leader in that one-sided, quote-unquote, parliament. And let me read this, the first line. Also, in presenting this report, I should like to highlight some of the important matters covered in the report. I leave the detailed comments to honorable members. The Auditor General's report, covering the period 1st July 1979 to 31st December 1989, is the final audit report, while that of 1990 to 1992 is the interim audit report. Say why? Na woye two-prong. Na te simbi okai. Iwi a yebu whether probity and accountability no. Our man for work is worth it. A review of the public accounts covering the 10-year period from 1st July 1979 to 31st December 1989 disclosed that the accounts were characterized by serious discrepancies, omissions, misstatements, lack of supporting evidence, non-adherence to generally acceptable accounting standards, and departure from the financial administration regulations, making the accounts unacceptable in the form in which they had been published. These lapses are repeatedly seen in the accounts of 1990 to 1992. In view of the committee, these lapses came about as a result of inadequate staffing and the very form in which the accounts were prepared. It is. This is the
inadequate staffing and the form in which the
accounts were prepared.
Yeah.
Poor work, Abi.
Kwame. Oh, Pacho, maybe.
No, Pacho, that's a poor work.
Maybe this is here. To you, also, it was noted that by 1985, when the present Comptroller and Accountant General assumed duty, government accounts had been in arrears for over 7 years, and professionally, any account that had been in arrears for even 2 years is likely to face documentation problems. As a result of this, the Accountant General's outfit had to rely on incomplete records for the preparation of the accounts. Lack of equipment, logistics and manpower, and for that matter, processing capacity was one of the department's major problems. Listen to, he was a leading member of the party, NDC, subsequent of the public procurement boss.
Salas?
Exactly. Let me tell you. Also, for a government account to be in arrest for as long as 7 years is really serious and unheard of, and it should not be tolerated by this republic at all. That is why I welcome the committee that has been set up, and I think the major task of that committee right now is to agree on a cut-off date by which the accounts could be reconciled. Because without a cut-off date, that committee cannot function. If we are saying that 10 years back, from 1979 to 1989, the accounts have been messed up and they have been reconstructed. Did you hear that? And they have
messed up and reconstructed.
They have been reconstructed. We at a certain date must say, look, all the balances brought forward from this date should be accepted and the work should be carried on from that date. Last one, this is probity and accountability. Sisi Amanfo work over what? What are they fighting over? Committee, NCP, World Member, J.A. Kobna, NCP, Evaluator. I'm done Kofanti. Hopefully. Committee.
Yeah.
Also, I rise to support the motion. I want to comment briefly on paragraphs 572 and 530 of the Auditor General's report. These deal with a research firm account operated by the Ministry of Works and Housing between 1985 and 1989. According to the report, some monies were paid into the fund, but the then Secretary of Ministry of Works and Housing did not allow the Auditor General to audit the account. We are further informed that upon investigations, the ministry wrote to the Auditor General to consider the matter of auditing closed, and also that the accounts officer who kept the accounts had been dismissed by the Comptroller and Accountant General's department. Case closed.
Okay.
Probity and accountability. They are struggling and battling over all those so-called ideals. Worthless. People were shot.
We shot people for less.
People were dealt with left, right, center. Go and check CVC documents. Go and check National Investigation Committee records. Check that financial, the willfully causing financial loss. First, no, constitutional. Bank workers,
oh yeah.
Bank workers were lined up and shot for embezzlement. One of them was Ben Epson. No Ghana Commercial.
No Ghana Commercial Bank.
Told him quite some of them personally. Then
Some of it is captured in the book Working with Rawlings.
Yes. We're fighting over probity and accountability. Tap no boss. You be a proper examination of that legacy. But as far as I'm concerned, some of these fights are worthless. Papa no way. Woman you see any we are ever be dangerous. Case closed.
Papa no.
Peace FM 104.3. Good to meet you.